Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's and that 2023 was a great year for you, and I hope 2024 brings all of us amazing times. So, I thought that it would be fun to start this year creating my mascot. As you may recall, this used to be my old mascot. It's pretty outdated, it's very old, it's dirty, and I just don't feel connected to my mascot anymore. And if you're an LPS customizer or an LPS doer in general, you have to know that connecting with your mascot is the most important thing. So, I don't feel connected to Knotley anymore, so let's make a new Knotley. And I thought it would be fun to show you guys how I make my customs. So please excuse the setup, I don't usually do this. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to answer some questions while making this custom. I stole this idea from Cobalt Studios. He gave me permission. But the first question that I'm going to answer needs visuals. So instead of adding a ton of images, I thought it would be better to add a video. So the first question is what materials I use. So let's start with the clay. I use this clay from the brand Polycraft. It's basically flexible porcelain. It is 1 kilo and this is the website where you can get it. I believe that you can only get it in Mexico, but if you want one, I'll definitely ship it to you. But yeah, I would also recommend using the brand Knotleicustoms. I've used it to to sculpt a couple of guys like this Denki custom. And it's pretty easy to use. This one is much easier to use in comparison to the Knotleicustoms clay. And it's very beginner friendly, but you can also make a ton of cool stuff with it. Oh, then I use this paints, Deco Art Americana and Polytech. These are the paints that I prefer using. They have a good coverage and you don't need many coats on your customs, as well that they have a ton of colors, especially this brand. Yeah. I also use a X-Acto knife or a cutter and this tool. This tool I recommend for every single customizer. And then I of course use hot glue and Mod Podge. I use Mod Podge to seal my customs. I use the matte version, but that one's in my desk and I'm too lazy to grab it. And this is the glossy one, which is where I gloss the eyes, the accessories, and noses. And I of course use paintbrushes. I'll show you my favorites. I have this huge paintbrush army. I like to use this type of brushes. This one's, I need to throw it out, but just to show you. These type of brushes are great for the base coats. And then of course for the details, I use a finer brush like this one. And yeah, let's go to the working table. Meow.
The story behind it actually isn't that deep. I thought that it would be fun to incorporate my favorite animals into the design of my mascot. My favorite animals are foxes and cheetahs, so I took the ears and I guess the fur from the fox. And from the cheetah, I decided to incorporate a little bit of the king cheetah's pattern, but instead I made it stripes. No reason in particular, I just thought that it would look cool. I really like how in my series Other Side, Pine has that pattern, and I really like to use that design in a lot of my customs. And also, the reason why my mascot is red is because as a kid, I used to love the color red. So I added it in to incorporate, I guess, like my past, bringing it into my future. This was actually a super hard question. I love all of my OCs. I feel like they always change positions because all of them are so different and complex in their own ways. But right now, my favorite OC has to be this little guy named Aaron. He's part of a story that I'm currently developing. It still basically scraps just the idea, but I'm in love with the characters so far. There are 4 of them, and I'm working on some villains. Haha. But if I had to choose like an actual top 1 OC that would always be on the top, would be BAM! My OC Miko. I made him in 2019 or 2020, and I'm really attached to him because I made him when I was in a darker position, mostly because of the pandemic. So I added a bunch of trauma dump to him, and that's why I'm very attached. I feel like I need to protect my little baby. I should probably make a little video presenting them to you guys. Okay, so it is the next day. I don't know if you can hear it by my voice. Yesterday was New Year's, so I basically went to sleep until 3 a.m. and it's currently January 1st. So let's continue this little project that I want to get done before the first week of January is over. I'll be answering these 2 questions at the same time. My favorite bases to customize depend. I really like short hair cats to make more humanoid customs. Like anime customs are really good with the short hair cat base. But for other types of customs, I feel like Great Danes give you a lot of space to work with. Their bodies are big enough for you to actually sculpt things with their legs and in their head. Right now, though, since my little experiment went correctly, I really like customizing these Cocker Spaniel bases because I cut their ears off. I don't know if I said this, but Cocker Spaniel's heads are wasted space. So when you cut the ears off, you actually have a lot of room for your creativity. And I usually use either reds or blues, maybe purples in my customs. So I would like to use other colors or different combinations. I feel like using purple and yellow would be really cool. Maybe red and blue, even though, again, I already use that colors. I feel like I at least have done one custom with every color. Maybe I should do another orange custom. I feel like I haven't done that in a while. What I should definitely do, though, is sculpt customs and then only think about the custom as like a white or black base, and until everything is sculpted, it would be fun to go on Pinterest or Instagram and find different color palettes and then use that color palette to inspire either the pattern or the colors in general of the custom. That would be really cool. Also, this is day 3 of making this silly little guy. And that's why the light changed. I hope you guys don't mind that, but I'll continue narrating other questions. Okay, firstly, I'm going to speak about custom-related artists. And oh boy, the community has so much to offer. It's insane. Everybody brings new ideas to the table, and well, I wanted to bring up 2 people who have always been there for me and inspired me. Firstly, if you have been an LPS customizer for a long time, you may know that Mother Studios, aka Hello Studios, inspired a lot of young customizers to create their own. I was one of them. I never truly believed that you could do something other than play with an LPS until I saw her All My Customs video, and that absolutely changed my life. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's the truth. I really like how she creates art out of everything and that she has a very distinct view on the world. Next up is my buddy Cobalt. He has always been there for me to either teach me or joke with me about anything. And I really admire how he literally can make an army of LPS customs in a week. I really admire his determination and the creativity he has to create such unique customs. I know he gets a lot of commissions, but when he does something for himself per se, he comes up with such amazing customs. It's insane. But yeah, all of them are amazing. I I could talk about other artists like drawing artists, but I think I'll leave that for another video. So, yay, next question. Okay, this is such a tough question to answer. First off, I feel like I always change my favorite custom. Mostly because if I create a custom, then that one's my favorite, and then if I create one after that, that one will be my new favorite. So I don't know, it really varies, but I'm gonna say that this custom that was made for a trade with Cobalt Studios, yet again, it was inspired out of a mood board that we traded each other, and it had a ton of macaws. I believe it had a goat and then a bunch of tropical colors and environmental items, I guess. And I really like how it came out in both sculpting and painting wise. I just love that the colors are really vibrant and I'm totally in love with it. The next one would be this Bird. Again, I really love how the colors came out. I really like vibrant colors, as you can tell, which I don't use very often. I don't know why. Again, these customs, I've noticed that my favorite usually are bird related customs. They're just so pretty to look at, or nature related. And then this little guy chilling in the background has become one of my favorites right now. That custom was made for a giveaway I created over on my Instagram, so go follow me there, wink wink. And that is because I reached 1K, so I added a ton of mood boards that the winner could choose from, and then I decided to make like the custom, I guess. And then Voodoo Dreams LPS actually won that giveaway, and I've been talking with them to create this custom, and I'm totally in love, and I don't want them to have it. But they will, don't worry. And then last but not least, I'm currently missing this clown custom. I call him my strawberry clown, and I'm gonna make another one but with another fruit, just because I really miss it, so I wanted to show it off. And as you can see by the video, it is almost time for the ending. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the last minutes.
Are you guys ready for the reveal? Okay, let me fix a little bit of the camera. There we go. I'm really happy how she turned out, actually. I really like her. I love how the tail came out, and I was a little bit worried that the bandana wouldn't look good in custom form, but I think it does. If I get bored of it, I'll probably just paint it in 6 months from now to blue or purple or another color. I really like the eyes. They're pretty unique. I don't know what else to say about her other than I think I made her pretty close to what I usually draw her. Yeah. I hope you guys like her, because I definitely do, and you will see her in all my future videos from now. So thank you so much for watching this video, and Knotley and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye bye. Woo.